Hello guys and welcome here to the Richmond International Raceway for the Toyota Owners 400 here, and race number 25 on the Jello Cup Series schedule. Last race was quite interesting. Sure shake things up. We now have 15 guys in the chase with wins. Could we make it 16 today? That could be the question. The two on the front row currently have wins this season, but are not in the best shape in the top 30. And as we mentioned the top 30, I think we should also highlight a few guys. 66 Brad Vision. Here's the thing. He had a bad race at New Hampshire. He is now in a must-win situation here at Richmond. So once again, 66 pretty much must win today, or must at least have a decent finish to stay alive, because they are currently 87 points out. The magic cut line is 88 at the end of this race. If they do not have 88 points at the end of this race, they are out of chase contention, no matter what, if they're 88 or more points back. Same thing for the 14, Jessica McNeilson. She is even further back of that cut line. So she's, I would say, of the two of them, she's probably in the biggest must-win situation. And it's going to be a lot of work for Jessica McNeilson. She must work her way up from pretty far back in the pack. So we will see if they are able to do it. Sam Curtis and Joseph Curtis will start on the front row. Two of the Curtis siblings are going to lead the field to the green when we come back. But in the meantime, let's take you to the starting lineup here from Richmond. Pace car is off. Sam Curtis and Joseph Curtis lead us to the green. We're underway at Richmond. How about TJ Hanley getting out to the lead on the opening lap? Good for the 33 team. Keep in mind, they are not in chase contention right now. They are far, far out of it. No chances of making it. But they could steal a win from guys in chase contention. And speaking of guys in chase contention, that's Joshua Sakali. He wants the lead, and he's going to take it. It looks like Joshua Sakali is pretty high up in the points. That could get him in the chase, maybe, but it's not guaranteed at this point. But Joshua Sakali takes over the race lead, and he's a guy who must win to make the chase, I would believe, because if we get another first-time winner this season, he is in a tricky situation entering Indianapolis. And that puts even more pressure on this 27 team to finally hit victory lane. Sam Curtis will look for the lead once again in the 18. So far, a lot of passes for the lead early on. But it looks like the 27 is going to clear, and he will keep the race lead for the time being. Joshua Scully has had a much more improved season compared to last season, where he had no luck whatsoever, and it was just tough for that team. They could not get any good momentum going. They won a race at Michigan last season, missed the chase though, and that was actually the last time they won at Michigan, back in season 1. So it's been a really long time since that 27's been to victory lane. Obviously they want to reverse their luck today. Looks like the battle for the lead is settled out. We need to keep an eye once again on the top 30 cut line. And right now, Ben Crouch is currently 30th in the point standings entering this race. Keep in mind, right now, that gap is about 89 points. Make that 90, 91. So right now, if the race were to end, Brad Fusion would be on the outside of the chase looking in. Or he'd be locked out of the chase. He would not make it if that was the last lap of the race. So Ben Crouch currently that 30th place holder. And keep in mind, he also wants to race really hard because that 27 can get to victory lane, and we have another first-time winner in the Cup Series at Indy. He is in a lot of trouble. But Joshua Scully gets away for the time being. He would be qualified as a first-time winner this season. That would give us 16 winners in the chase. Nobody would make it in on points if he could win today or one of the other non-winners this season. Another guy who could use a win, Angel Navarro, he's up there in the point, or he has kind of taken a slide as of late in the points. And it's been a while for him. The 22 ahead of him, Alexander Rowe, he's high up in the points, could use a victory to boost him into the chase. Another big name driver, the 77, Thomas C. Lucer, no wins this season. Has been up front most of the season in the point standings. A win would definitely put them in the chase. Currently, they are sliding back to near 40th, and oh boy, the 11 nearly got taken out by his teammate. Nearly got wrecked. Back up front, though, Joshua Scully about a half a second lead at the moment. Let's switch up the camera, see if we can get a better angle. Let's get next race. We head to Indianapolis, the Brickyard 400. That will determine the final field for the chase. The final 16 drivers will be competing for a championship, heading to Zenjoltas. You know, heading in the next 10 races, those 16 will be competing to go to Zenjoltas and race for a championship. And I should also mention, Indianapolis is a double points race, as I've mentioned before. So there are a lot of implications after this race, because the winner at Indianapolis, if they are chase eligible, that is 6 playoff points for the first round. And that would more than help a team. That would do a lot to help a team out. And right now we got a battle for the lead brewing here. The 18 is all over the bumper, that 27. It's going to be a matter of time now. And Sam Curtis really can't do anything at the moment. Let's see if we can ride on board with the 18. See if we can watch this. He's got a good view of the 27. And you can see just how far back the rest of those guys are. And here we go. Will he get a chance to pass for the lead here? He will not. But he might have a chance here. It is so tough because you catch a guy here, and then you just don't have the momentum to pass. 18 is not guaranteed to make the chase. That should also be noted. They only have one win this season, and they have slipped ever since their win at Las Vegas. Have not had great runs, so nothing is guaranteed in that 18 camp. So you can imagine their uncertainty. So we will see. Joshua Sakali, we also mentioned him, uncertainty entering this race. Can they make the chase? That would be the question. So far they're doing a great job. They've led the most laps to this point. And really they've opened up a pretty big lead on the rest of the field. When these guys do have to pit, it probably will be a mano race between the 27 and 18 to determine the race leader. And those pit stops may be coming very, very shortly. Here he comes this time. We mentioned it might be shortly. And sure enough, the 31 will now take over the race lead. I apologize, my mouse kind of broke. Right there. Yeah, you see it, Caitlin saying, Ben Crouch, they stay out. Now Dylan Young takes the race lead. Keep in mind, he is battling to not be dead last in the points at the moment. And now he will come and pit. Chase Marks will also follow him in, as those are really the final guys that have yet to pit. And there's Joshua Sakali. He might retake the race lead as Gene Sanford will get a lap led on the pit lane. That's a bonus point. And I believe the 27 will in fact be your race leader. We will see. Yes, they will. Back to the lead goes Joshua Sakali, and he really extends his lead on the pit lane. But he's your race leader at the moment, looking pretty happy with this car so far. Sam Curtis in second as we're going to go through the field. So far, they've been very happy with their race car and very happy with their current position. In second at the moment. And that's exactly the kind of run this team needed entering the day. Eric Monaco in third. He is also battling to get inside that top 30. But he's going to need a win if he wants to make the chase. And he's in the perfect position to try and get his first win of the season. We will have to wait and see how that will, if that'll happen. Ethan Lynn has a win this season. He's likely going to be in the chase. He's in fourth at the moment. Ben Crouch currently holds that fifth spot. He's 30th in the point standings entering this race, and could very well lock out the 14 and the 66 today with the great run which he's currently having. Caitlin Sang is in 6th, one person who needs to win to also make the chase. And we mentioned it earlier, in 7th, TJ Hanley, he led the opening lap. Got a bonus point. If he can win, he would upset all the guys competing for the chases. 33 is locked out. They cannot make the chase. So a win today would put them, just basically put them in a good spot to end the season. Brad Stover, your point leader, currently in 8th. He is locked in the chase. Alexander Rowan 9th, another guy uncertain if he's going to make the chase for the Cup. We'll have to wait and see. A battle for 10th, but it looks like Richard Johnson has it. Not quite. He is in the chase, though, in 10th. And then we should mention also Jackson Lynn, another person without a win. Another driver without a win this season. After running so well last season to get into the chase, they made it in officially at Auto Club last season. That was their last win, so it's been 34 races since that 15. Since driver the 15 has been to victory lane. Made the chase last year, made the championship 4, had to settle for runner-up. And a win would put them in, but right now, not looking like it's gonna happen. Back up front, though, Joshua Scully has really increased his race lead, but he is entering lap traffic now. He's got a 2.2 second lead, it looks like, over the 18, who is currently being stalked by that 88 of Eric Monaco. We'll keep an eye on that as it continues to develop. Joshua Scully going to try and put Stephen Thompson a lap down. Keep in mind, this could allow the 18 to catch up just a little bit. Joshua Scully has led the most laps today, though. He's got 2 bonus points for doing that. The lead increases, surprisingly. You see who else is back there? That is right behind, right in that pack is Jessica McNeilson, and that is going to hurt her chase hopes. Being back battling for that final position. Something happened to Kevin McHugh. We saw him stopped on the apron earlier. Didn't bring out a caution, surprisingly, but man, that's a tough break for them. 4 laps down after winning at New Hampshire to get into the chase. Tough break for the 11 team. 18 is starting to close the gap. And you can see that 55 not making it easy right now. And this is allowing the 18 to catch up. Sam Curtis at this point could very well catch him. It's down to 1.8. He has plenty of time to catch your race leader. And there we go. He's finally going to lap the 55. Stephen Thompson. Stephen Thompson is locked in the chase, I believe, at this point. So there's one guy we know for sure will be in the chase. Maybe just playing it conservative at this point. Knowing that he's in, he doesn't need to really race as hard as he wants. Up ahead, Thomas E. Lucer and Jessica McNeilson are going to battle it out. And it looks like E. Lucer is going to get around right behind, though. Battle for second is brewing. And this is going to help the 27 out. 88 nearly wrecked the 18, battling for that position. Down into turns 3 and 4. And it looks like Eric Monaco is going to take the position away. With 11 laps to go, I don't know if the 88's going to have enough time. Time is certainly not on Eric Monaco's side at this point. .6 that lead is down to. Andy's increased his lead over the 18. Nine laps to go rather. Leads back up to 177. Now it's 8 laps to go rather. One and 3/4 of a second that lead is. And at that rate, there's just no way that 88 is going to catch him. But do they have enough fuel? That is the question. Because if they don't have enough fuel, this could play into the hands of so many who pitted laps later than these leaders did. And now it's going to get really tricky as the 88 does not have enough fuel. Will the 27 have enough? Sam Curtis back to second. It looks like the 27's trying to save some fuel. And he's going to come in. He does not have enough fuel to make it to the end. Ben Crouch is also going to come in. 48 Brad Stover going to stay out. And he will take over the race lead. He did not lead the lap though. Joshua Scully narrowly led it that time. And now the 48 will come in. That will hand the lead over to Angel Navarro. Not quite. Oh, Angel Navarro smacked the pit wall. Chase Marks now in the race lead. If he has enough fuel, he could very well overtake. He could fight the 42 for the top seed. Behind them, though, this could be the battle for the win right now. Oh man, the 88 really closed the gap that time. Battle for the lead is on. But the 48 is there. It's not going to matter. Eric Monaco might be the race leader. Or Brad Stover might. This could be a mistake. Brad Stover might be in control of this race right now. White flag this time. 1 lap to go. Can Brad Stover hang on? Bad pit stops by the 88 and the 27. And Brad Stover capitalizes. Entering turns 3 and 4. And we're coming out. Brad Stover is going to win the race at Richmond. Congratulations, Brad Stover, his second win of the season. And that will he was already locked into the chase, but that will add some points to his playoff total for the first round. He now has 6 bonus points for the first round, which will help him out a lot. And out of nowhere, Brad Stover gets it. A valiant effort for the 27. They could still make it in on points. That is now a possibility. But we'll have to wait and see. And the 88 came so close. That is a tough break for Eric Monaco. Same for Joshua Scully. That's a tough pill to swallow for both of those guys. We want to thank you for watching. We're going to show you results and standings, and we'll see you at Indy to determine who will make the chase for the Jello Cup. Goodbye, everyone.